present I'm Sorry I Haven't a Clue, the antidote to panel games. At the piano is Colin Sell, and your chairman is Jack D.
Hello, and welcome to I'm Sorry I Haven't a Clue. You join us today on a visit to the city of Oxford, known throughout the world as the Cambridge of the South. A bell located in a tower of Christ Church Cathedral goes by the name of Old Tom. Old Tom keeps what is known as Oxford time, a hangover from the 19th century when the country was divided into different time zones and Oxford was 5 minutes behind Greenwich. With the advent of the railways, the country's time zones were regularised, though several towns stubbornly refused to comply. Thus, even today, when it's 12 noon in London, in Swindon it's 1952. Prime Minister Rishi Sunak attended Lincoln College despite a reportedly indifferent school career. An early school report said Sunak was an unremarkable boy in short trousers, an opinion shared by many of his cabinet colleagues to this day. Blackwell's bookshop on Broad Street began trading in 1879 and famously contains 3 miles of shelving. A regular visitor was Oxford's favourite son, Roger Bannister, who could browse the entire shop in just under 12 minutes. In 1263, John Balliol was forced to pay for the building of Balliol College as a punishment for insulting the Bishop of Durham, and ecclesiastic dissent has remained a constant amongst Balliol's undergraduates, which include former Prime Minister Boris Johnson, one of the most spectacular bishop bashers ever. Let's meet the teams. On my right, please welcome Rachel Parris and the Reverend Richard Coles. And on my left, Tony Hawks and Alexander Armstrong. And taking her place at the desk next to me to enjoy an evening of scoring, please welcome the ever-delightful Samantha. Well, we begin this week with a round called It Don't Mean a Thing If It Ain't Got That Ing. The smallest change in a title can mean the difference between success and failure, so I'd like the teams to add the letters ing to the end of a well-known book, film and TV show title in order to completely change the viewer's expectation. Rachel, you can start.
Pacific Rimming.
Richard.
The right stuffing.
Alexander.
Kindergarten coping.
Tony.
Rogering the rabbit.
Goldfingering.
The booking of Genesis.
Fasting and furious.
Shafting.
Flashing Gordon.
A brief history of timing.
Yeah. Despicable minge.
That's good.
Fathering Ted.
Staring wars.
Gone with the winding.
Ironing Man.
Dial Ming for murder.
Jurassic Parking.
Well, it's time now for a musical round as I ask the teams to sing one song to the tune of another. Providing piano accompaniment, we have Colin Sell. Yes. Incidentally, Colin was telling us that he was the man behind the Wu-Tang Clan. And to this day, still one of the most surprising entrants at the Bremner Highland Games. Okay, we'll start with you, please, Richard Coles. I'd like you to sing the words of Firestarter by the Prodigy to the tune of Some Enchanted Evening.
I'm the trouble starter, pumpkin instigator. I'm the fear addicted, a danger illustrated. I'm a fire starter, twisted fire starter. You're a fire starter, twisted fire starter. I'm a fire starter, twisted fire starter. I'm the bitch you hated, filthy infatuated, yeah. I'm the pain you tasted, fell intoxicated. I'm a fire starter, twisted fire starter.
Thank you, Richard. Okay. Alexander Armstrong, I'd like you to sing the words of I Predict a Riot by the Kaiser Chiefs to the tune of A Nightingale Sang in Berkeley Square.
Watching the people get leery, it's not very pretty, I tell thee. Walking through town is quite scary, it's not very sensible either. A friend of a friend, he got beaten. He looked the wrong way at a policeman. Would never have happened to Smeaton, an old Leodensian. La la. La 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 la, I predict a riot. I predict a riot. I predict a riot. I tried to get to my taxi, the man in a tracksuit attacks me. He said that he saw it before me and wants to get things a bit gory. Girls scrabble round with no clothes on to borrow a pound for a condom.
Oh, don't encourage him, he'll make another album. Tony Hawks, I'd like you to sing the words of Gay Bar by Electric Six to the tune of Clive Dunn's song Grandad.
I wanna take you to a gay bar. I wanna take you to a gay bar. I wanna take you to a gay bar. Gay bar, let's start a war. Start a nuclear war at a gay bar. Gay bar, at the gay bar. Now tell me, do Do you have any money? I want to spend all your money. At the gay bar, I've got something to put in you. I've got something to put in you. I have got something at the gay bar.
Okay, and finally, Rachel Parris, I'd like you to sing the words of the Hokey Cokey to the tune of Creep by Oxford band Radiohead.
You put your left arm in, put your left arm out, in, out, in, out. You shake it all about. You do the hokey cokey, and you turn around. That's what it's all about. Whoa, the hokey cokey. Whoa, the hokey cokey. Whoa, the hokey cokey. Knees bent, arms stretched, raw, raw, raw,
Okay. Now, recent years have seen a new tea time tradition on British telly as viewers gather around daily to enjoy a fantastic, innovative game show presided over by a charismatic host who combines wit and lightly worn erudition with sharp suits and a winning twinkle. Yeah, we all love Bradley Walsh, don't we? However, the next round is based on what you would see if you accidentally switched over to BBC One. Now, I don't know if anyone on the panel watches Pointless.
Yeah, I do. I'm a big fan, actually. It's made a household name, hasn't it, of Richard Osman.
Yeah, I love Richard Osman.
Yeah, me
Yeah,
too.
but what I like most about Richard Osman is he just knows when to quit.
It's true. It would be easy to keep on doing the same show year after year, losing more and more dignity in the process.
I don't know what you're all looking at me for. Xander, you familiar with Pointless?
It rings a vague bell with my accountant.
Well, this is a very similar game to Pointless. We've just brought it more up to date and relevant to life in Britain today. It's called Hopeless. Nice little play in by my hopeless friend Colin there. Now, players, we gave 100 people in Britain 60 seconds to name things they feel hopeful about. What you have to do is give an answer none of those people gave. Rachel, do you want to go first?
Okay. The long-term existence of the BBC.
Okay, good answer. Let's see how many of our 100 people feel hopeful about the long-term existence of the BBC. It's a correct answer. And, almost down to the bottom, Rachel. Is it going to go any further? And, yeah, 3. Very good. 3 people, all of them deluded. One of them the Director General. Now it's Tony's go. Tony?
The state of the housing market?
The state of the housing market. Let's see how many of our 100 people said they feel any hope at all about the state of the housing market. That's the correct answer. And it's going down, continuing to go down. Very slowly it's going down, but it is going down. Going down. It's gone, 98. Quite high, but it turns out that 98 of the people we asked were landlords. Richard.
Well, I'm going to go for mankind's essential capacity for kindness.
I mean, I'll put it in. All right, how many people said they feel hopeful about mankind's essential capacity for kindness? That's the correct answer. It's going down, right down, all the way down. It's going all the way down. How far is it going to go down? We don't know. So at this point, I wish the music was quicker. It's gone 1. Very good, very good.
Yep, I think that might have been me.
Right. Well, Xander, you might as well have a go. Throw in as many as you want. We'll check them all.
Okay, fine. Well, I'm going to go for climate change, the advent of artificial intelligence, the continued operation of our universities, the future of the NHS, the rail network, the state of pretty much all public spaces, food banks, special needs provision, and the prospect of anyone at any point, anywhere on this island, actually managing to fill in a sodding pothole.
Okay, let's have a look. Did any of our 100 people feel any hope about any of these things? That's the correct answer. It's going down. Oh, this is where it gets exciting. Congratulations, Xander. That's an entirely hopeless answer.
Well, I gave it a lot of thought.
Clearly. So, tell us, Xander, did that make you feel well and truly at home?
It certainly made me wish I was.
And we can't get more hopeless than that, can we? Okay, well, teams will now take it in turns to improvise some written correspondence with 2 players providing 1 word each at a time. And the subject of your correspondence today will be an issue of concern to the good people of Oxford. So, audience, can I have any suggestions, please, of local causes of complaint that have been troubling the local community? What would you say it would be out here? LTN, did you say?
Low traffic neighbourhood.
Okay, low traffic neighbourhood. Can I ask your name? Nikki. Perfect, thank you very much. Okay, Rachel and Richard, I'd like you to start by composing a letter of complaint from Nikki, I suppose to the Oxford Council, about the low traffic neighbourhood scheme.
Dear
Sir,
I
am
utterly
bewildered
and
appalled
by
the
policy
which
you
have
ruthlessly
enacted
upon
my
community.
traffic
Is
my
livelihood.
low
Traffic
is
bad.
neighbourhoods
Need
traffic
in.
abundance.
So
Stop
buggering
around
with
my
traffic.
my
Great
car
depends
upon
free
flowing,
traffic.
and
Now
I
have
know
sense.
that
My
car
is
valued
at
the
auction
which
takes
place
every
Monday
at
your
bloody
office.
yours,
Angrily,
Nikki.
Dear
Nicky,
we
don't
usually
reply
to,
you.
however,
On
this
occasion,
we
will.
new paragraph. Thank
You
for
your
interesting
approach
to
traffic.
we
Don't
like
you.
whether
You
are
Oxfordshire
based
or
not.
you.
Stink.
Why
Did
you
think
I
would
be
remotely
interested
in
your
petty.
opinion?
However,
Traffic
is
not
helpful
to
us.
we
Hereby
stop
all
traffic
in
the
future
all
hail.
Caesar.
Yours,
Sincerely,
the council.
Hope we've helped you solve that problem, Nicky, and the rest of Oxford for that matter. But the next round is called Specialist Greeting Cards. There's always a dilemma in our house on special occasions, Moonpig or Funky Pigeon. I tend to go with Moonpig, but then my wife insists it's more appropriate for me to address her mother as Sandra. There's definitely a gap in the UK greetings card market, team, so I'd like you please to suggest niche greetings cards for a specific occasion not currently catered for by greetings cards manufacturers, together with the rhymes or messages inside. So, Tony, you could start this, please.
congratulations on getting a place at university. Hooray, you're off to uni. It's finally time for fun. 3 years for you to learn and grow before the course is done. Then into the world with head held high, you really are all set, apart, of course, from 40 years of crushing unpayable debt.
Xander?
Congratulations on a successful organ transplant. You've had a successful organ transplant. Be proud of your new kidney. Your doctor didn't hold out much hope. He thought you'd snuff it, didn't he? But now it seems you're feeling fine. You can even dance a jig. Although, according to these doctors' notes, they got it from a pig.
Rachel.
Commiserations on your trousers not fitting. My deepest sympathies. You can't do up your jeans from Bowden, but try not to dwell on what's behind, because your behind's the size of Snowdon.
Thank you for sexting me. I lost my specs, and so your text left me with quite a teaser. At first I thought the picture was the Leaning Tower of Pisa.
Sorry to hear your house has been repossessed. I know you'll take this in your stride. You're not the sort to cause a fuss. Your home's now owned by Nationwide, so suck it up and blame Liz Truss.
Commiserations on not winning the boat race. What a disappointing ending to this famous boating race. Dark and light blues gave their all, but both were off the pace. Even though you're super fit, of that there is no doubt. You've caught E. coli from the Thames and shat your insides out.
Sorry about your botched Brazilian. We're sorry that our therapist made such a painful slip. Please be assured that in response we'll tear her off a strip.
Well, it's very nearly the end of the show. But there is just time to fit in a quick round of Vicar's Film Club. Samantha tells us that she's no stranger to religion, having once spent several months in the thrall of a free-loving millennial cult after becoming attracted to its charismatic elderly guru. She says she eventually became disenchanted after a thoroughly unsatisfactory evening spent waiting in vain for the second coming. But I'm grateful to Mary Beard for sending that in. In this round, teams, I'd like you to suggest the titles of films likely to be enjoyed by vicars. And I'd like you to start this one, Reverend Richard Coles.
A Streetcar Named Messiah.
Rachel.
10 Things I Hate About Pews.
Alexander.
Oppen Hymn Book.
Penny.
One Flew Over the Curate's Vest.
Taken, from Matthew chapter 2, beginning at verse 5.
Flock, Frock and Two Smoking Carols.
The Nuns of Navarone.
101 Galatians.
Field of Dreams, or in the parish hall if wet.
Honey, I Shrank the Congregation.
Straight Outta Compline.
Welby Does Dallas.
Lost in Transubstantiation.
And so, ladies and gentlemen, as the tender toenail of time is torn from the fickle foot of fate by the deep-cleaning Dyson of destiny, I notice it's the end of the show. So, from the teams, Samantha, myself, and our audience here in Oxford, it's goodbye. Goodbye.
Rachel Parris, Tony Hawks, Alexander Armstrong and Richard Coles were being given silly things to do by Jack D, with Colin setting some of them to music. The programme consultants were Fraser Steele and Stephen Dick, and the producer was John Naismith. We present I'm Sorry I Haven't a Clue, the antidote to panel games. At the piano is Colin and your chairman is Jack D.
Hello and welcome to I'm Sorry I Haven't a Clue. You join us today from Oxford, the English university city that's produced more rubbish prime ministers than anywhere else in the UK. Oxford sheep are a short wool breed known for their high meat yield. Oxford sheep differ from other local breeds as the Oxford is the only sheep to have been awarded a BAAAAA honours. The Bullingdon Club, a private all-male dining club for Oxford University students, is so well known for its boorish tradition of bad behaviour and vandalism that most Oxford restaurants and pubs have banned it from hosting events. However, they did recently find a welcome at a branch of Wetherspoons in Blackbird Leys. After an evening of heavy drinking, the members went on the predictable rampage and reportedly caused over £5,000 worth of improvements. The city of Oxford is the home of the Oxford comma, a comma used in a list of 3 or more items within a sentence and occurring after the penultimate item and before the conjunction, usually and, or, nor. This shouldn't be confused with an Oxford coma, which is what most people slip into after hearing that explanation. A controversial statue of Cecil Rhodes at Oriel College has been the subject of calls for its removal by student activists who on several occasions held angry protests under it. The Rhodes Must Fall student movement soon spread to Bristol, where in 2020 similar calls from student activists for the removal of a statue of slave owner Edward Colston led to it being toppled and dumped in Bristol Harbour. The activists involved included Sage Willoughby and Milo Ponsford, and yet despite this, it was the statue that they pushed into the harbour. Edward Colston's graffitied statue was eventually recovered from Bristol Harbour and taken to a local museum where it's now on permanent display, apart from 3 months in the summer when it appears on GB News as holiday cover for Jacob Rees-Mogg. Let's meet the teams. On my right, please welcome Rachel Parris and the Reverend Richard Coles. On my left, Tony Hawks and Alexander Armstrong. And taking his place on the scoring desk next to me, please welcome our resident tree trunk in trunks, the immaculate Sven. Well, we start this week with some new additions to the Uxbridge English Dictionary. A good dictionary is essential for learning the correct use of similar terms. For example, many people don't know the subtle difference between an elf and a sprite. Well, an elf is a supernatural creature in folk tales, typically quite small, whereas sprites are what the royal family have with their Christmas dinner. But the meanings of words are constantly changing, teams, so your suggestions, please, for any new definitions you may have spotted recently. Alexander, you can start.
Cistern. A seagull whose gender identity matches the sex they were assigned with at birth.
Rachel.
Wanting. Fewer than tootings.
Richard.
Urethra. Archimedes makes a breakthrough in genitourinary medicine.
Tony.
Transmit. A glove that identifies as a sock.
Cough syrup. To tell a wig wearer to go away.
Download. The amount of fluff on a duck.
Frankfurter. A candid Geordie photograph.
Wagtail. Colleen Rooney's autobiography.
Mendicant. Gynecologist.
Spreadsheet. How a Mexican farmer fertilizes his fields.
Okay, the teams are going to sing along to some well-known songs in the round called Pick-Up Song. In this round, Sven will spin the discs and each of you teams will sing along to your records until Sven turns the music down. If on its return you're within a gnat's crotchet of the original, I'll be awarding points. And points mean a frankly damning indictment of Britain's intellectual malaise. What do points mean? Yes. And this week's prize is the perfect postprandial treat for the sweet-toothed furrier. It's this after-eight mink. So, Tony Hawks, I'd like you to accompany the communards singing Don't Leave Me This Way, and I'm going to ask Richard Coles to accompany you on the piano. I think it would be very good.
your tender kiss. So don't leave me this way. Baby, my heart's full of love and desire. So come on, do what you got to do. You started this fire down in my throat. Now can't you see it's burning out of control? So come on now and satisfy the need in me. 'Cause only your good love it can set me free. Don't leave me this way. I don't understand.
Well done, Tony. Thank you. Thank you, Richard. And back to piano, please, Colin. You can take his... Don't sulk. Well, the teams are going to do a spot of acting for us now in the round called Sound Charades. This game is all about miming the theatrical technique of suggesting action, character, or emotion without words. Mime is, of course, a mainstay of street performance, which is sadly becoming increasingly violent as artists battle for the best pitches. The violence can spill out into the audience, and only last week in Oxford city centre, a man was attacked by a street performer. Luckily, the man was ex-military, so he knew to go straight for the juggler. Well, in our version of the game entitled Sound Charades, team members are permitted to use their voices. So, Rachel and Richard, you ought to start, please, and your title will shortly be displayed to the audience via the laser display screen. And for listeners at home, here is the mystery voice.
Mean Girls. Mean Girls.
Off you go, please, Rachel and Richard.
It's two words.
Yeah.
And it's a film and a musical. Hello, Annabella.
Hi, Jocasta.
How many people are you inviting to your birthday party?
Well, I asked Serafina, Cressida, and Evelina what they thought. Serafina thought I should invite 23 people. Cressida thought I should invite 31 people. And Evelina thought I should invite 47 people.
So, how many people are you inviting?
33.667.
Two words. I think I know what one of the words is, but that doesn't mean I know.
We want both of them.
Yeah. Well, is one of the words pie?
No.
Oh.
We didn't really help you with this.
No.
No.
Well, it could
be quite nasty, obviously, you might have said.
Mean Girls.
There you go. Okay, your turn, Tony and Zander. Your title is now being exhibited on the laser display board, and here again is the mystery voice for listeners at home.
Trading Places. Trading Places.
Okay, it's a film, and it's two words. Two words. Can I help you, sir?
Yes, I'd like some of your lovely fish, please.
Mm-hmm. And, are you after anything in particular?
Well, I need a large flat fish, if you have one.
Well, how about this one, sir?
Lovely.
Oh, that'll be £10.
I don't suppose I could pay you with these.
What, those two smaller flatfish?
Yes. How about if I give you these two flatfish, and then I take that one?
Fair enough, done.
Lovely.
Is it Changing Places?
Nearly.
Oh, Trading Places.
Well, it's now time to play the game called Mornington Crescent. But first, I notice our in tray crumpling under the weight of a letter. It comes from Mrs. Trellis of North Wales. She writes, Dear Claudia Winkleman, on traitors, how come you never take your hood off? Yours sincerely, Mrs. Trellis. Well, on with the game, teams, and as we find ourselves in the fine city of Oxford, we're going to play according to the Oxford rules devised by that famous son of the university, Lewis Carroll. And Carroll, of course, was noted for his nonsense stories and poems, and in his nonsense version of the game, the progression is backwards. Otherwise, rules are normal, except Stovald's advancement works in reverse. So, teams, put on your thinking caps as we start the game from the end and work back towards the beginning. Right. So you can start, Tony.
Okay. Mornington Crescent! Yeah.
Rachel?
I've won, haven't I?
No. We have to go back to the beginning of the game.
But hang on.
That's the whole point. It goes backwards.
Jack, where do we finish?
I'll tell you when you've finished.
Okay. Bayswater.
Mm-hmm. It's a diagonal, but because we're in reverse, you're quite safe.
Oh,
Okay.
hang on. Finchley Central.
Finchley Central.
Oh, yeah, nice. Yeah. Nice, yeah. Yes, good.
Crowd don't like it.
But remember, with reverse Oxford rules, right?
It is reverse.
You should like it,
I think
folks, Oxford rules.
the crowd are slow to pick up on that, but
Yeah.
Xander, I think, isn't it?
Sorry. Chadwell Heath.
Chadwell Heath, yes.
Yeah?
Yeah.
Yeah.
Well, well, Upton Park backwards is crap, not poo. So that's what I'm going to go. I'm going Upton Park.
Upton Park.
Are we nearly there, Jack? Yeah.
No, I shall tell you when you're there. Don't
Right,
worry
sorry.
about that. Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah.
Can I try Tooting? Oh, not Broadway.
Oh, no. Stubble.
Beck. Tooting Beck.
Oh, well, just hold your horses. Because your opening was Bayswater,
Yes.
that would make Tooting Beck problematic, as we say these days.
Broadway?
No, not Broadway. No, I know you went to Broadway first of all.
Yeah.
But, yeah.
Clapham Common?
Yeah, that's fine.
Great.
I'm not being difficult, I just want it played properly.
Well, Canning Town.
Yes, yeah, that's good, yeah. Okay.
I'm going to go New Southgate.
Okay, New Southgate.
Yeah.
Oh, yeah, go on.
Yeah,
go on,
well,
Tony.
I thought Finsbury Park backwards, which is crappy rub sniff. So I'll stick with that.
Leaves me just to say, you can start, Rachel.
Acton Central.
Yes. Very good. Take some thinking about, but, hardly worth it. And next round is called What's the Question? In this round, I'm going to give you an answer, and I need to know what was the question that prompted the answer. Rachel, we'll start with you. Here's the answer. I need to know what the question is. Cupful of mucus.
What was the first draft of Mary Poppins' Spoonful of Sugar?
It was, what can a single human nose produce in a day? A spoonful or a cupful of mucus. Tony, here's an answer. Need the question. Someone with a northern accent.
Who are the royal family still barred from marrying?
It was, who did BBC Radio hire in World War II to read the news in order to make it harder for the Germans to produce fake news bulletins? Hey, I'll tell you what's happened. We've been bombed to heck, we have. And, Xander, here's an answer for you. They are flirting.
What do Geordies do when they lie in the water without swimming?
Actually, the question was, what are haddocks doing when they hum? Richard, how about this? Here's the answer. I need the question. because his penis is so large?
Why does William Ragg text in landscape?
It's why can't the male mosquito fish swim straight? Yeah, I know the problem. Yeah, I said it out loud, I did. Back to you, Rachel. Here's the answer. What's the question? Little shits.
What's the name of my son's nursery?
The question was, the Copriers were the jesters of the imperial Roman court, but what does their name translate as? Yeah. Tony, here's an answer. I want the question. They are usually more positive than the first ones.
What are the reviews of your work like after you're dead?
That's just wishful thinking, Tony. It was what characterises the dreams we have later in the night. And Xander, here's another answer I want the question for. Failure to distinguish between red and green light.
What do cyclists and colourblindness have in common?
Yeah. You're very close. It was what is characteristic of colourblindness. And finally, Rachel, here's the answer. What's the question? Shepherd of the royal anus.
What was Penny Mordaunt's official role in the coronation?
The original question was, what was the name given to the doctor charged with administering enemas to the ancient Egyptian pharaohs? Well, the next game is a musical one entitled Song Stoppers. In this round, panellists from each team will take it in turn to sing the opening line to a series of well-known songs, and it's the job of their teammate to answer each opening line in a manner likely to end the song altogether. At the piano, we have Colin Sell. And incidentally, Colin tells us that back in the day he played with the Mamas and the Papas for several years. Apparently he found it hard to make friends his own age. But you can go first, Tony and Xander. Can we have your medley of first lines now, please?
Ah, look at all the lonely people.
Have you never been to an Oxford United game before? Oh, baby, baby, how was I supposed to know?
Well, you never got your money back from the last Nigerian prince, did you?
She packed my bag last night, pre-flight.
So someone else packed your bags. I'm sorry, I'm going to have to ask you to step out of the queue.
Love, love, love. Love, love, love. Love, love, love.
And that's another British seed out of Wimbledon.
Hold me close and hold me fast. The magic spell you cast. This is La Vie en Rose.
Actually, I think it's Lynx Africa. Well, shake it up, baby, now shake it up, baby. Twist and shout, twist and shout.
Will you leave my testicles alone?
I shot the sheriff, but I did not shoot the deputy.
Yeah, I wouldn't use that to open your defence.
Okay. Your turn now, Rachel and Richard. Can we have your first line medley now, please?
There is a house in New Orleans.
Yeah, we're looking more around the Headington area, really. You walked into the party like you were walking onto a yacht. When I was just a little girl, I asked my mother, what will I be? Will I be pretty? Will I be rich? Here's what she said to me.
No.
We're talking away. I don't know what I'm to say. I'll say it anyway.
Would you like to know the love of the Lord Jesus?
I've been cheated by you since I don't know when. So I made up my mind, it must come to an end.
Nationalise the water companies!
I'm nothing special, in fact, I'm a bit of a bore. If I tell a joke, you've probably heard it before. But I have a talent, a wonderful thing.
Pay me an extra £5 and I'll hit that budgie with the ping pong ball.
I see trees of green, red roses too. I see them bloom for me and you. And I think to myself,
Didcot looks quite different on mushrooms. When I find myself in times of trouble, Mother Mary comes to me, speaking words of wisdom.
switch it off and switch it on again.
Well, she was just 17. You know what I mean.
Sorry, did you say thin crust, Your Royal Highness?
Well, it's very nearly the end of the show. Yes. But there is just time to squeeze in a quick round of funeral or bedroom. Death comes to us all, as one or two of our team members have already discovered this evening. However, there have been some disturbing reports of unregulated crematoria conducting pet cremations alongside human cremations. A few weeks ago, I received a package containing my grandmother's ashes. I thought something was odd after opening it and inadvertently shaking the urn inside. Try as I might, I couldn't ever remember Granny wearing a bell. In this round, I'd like the teams to come up with examples of phrases that might be overheard both at a funeral and also in the bedroom. You can start this, Tony.
How long is this going to last?
Xander.
Who invited them?
Rachel.
It's not what I would choose, but it's what he wanted.
Richard.
Is the live stream working?
Is that your father on the organ?
Things just won't be the same without your Nan.
It was all very sudden.
I'm so sorry that you had to come under these circumstances.
It was so moving. I had a lump in my throat at one point.
Curtains open or closed?
So what are we going to do with the dog?
Would you like a slow peel, Vicar?
Do you have a tissue?
Well, you can imagine my surprise when I discovered she was alive.
And so, ladies and gentlemen, as old Father Thames carries the shifting tides of time out towards the ocean of oblivion, and with them the interminable turds of eternity, I notice it's the end of the show. So, from the team, Sven, myself, and our audience here in Oxford, it's goodbye. Goodbye.
Rachel Parris, Tony Hawks, Alexander Armstrong and Richard Coles were being given silly things to do by Jack D, with Colin setting some of them to music. The programme consultants were Fraser Steele and Stephen Dick, and the producer was John Naismith.
We present I'm Sorry I Haven't a Clue, the antidote to panel games. At the piano is Colin Sell, and your chairman is Jack D.
Hello and welcome to I'm Sorry I Haven't a Clue. You join us today on a visit to the Lancashire town of Blackburn. Yes. Known throughout the world as the gateway to Burnley. Blackburn has a proud history of textile production and is famed for its Blackburn checks, a cotton of alternating blue and white squares. These are not to be confused with Yorkshire checks, which are famously in post. In 1958, the first motorway in Britain was built in Lancashire. Built by the famous motorway pioneer James Drake, it famously bypassed Preston, which I think we can all agree is still an excellent idea. Comedian Lee Mack was brought up in Blackburn and has credited the town as being an inspiration for him. As the son of a publican, Lee would have been familiar with the town's many bars, restaurants and nightclubs, whose influence can be seen in the title of his best-known work, Not Going Out. Each July, Blackburn is home to the National Festival of Making. It's run in conjunction with the National Festival of Irony. If visitors today are interested to see how cotton is processed, woven and made into garments that are sold around the world, then Blackburn will not disappoint. Simply visit the town's travel agent and book a flight to Bangladesh. And on the subject of shoddy cut-price material, let's meet the teams. On my right, please welcome Vicki, Pepperdine and Tony Hawks. And on my left, Marcus Brigstocke and Henning Wehn. And taking her place at the desk next to me to enjoy an evening of scoring, please welcome the ever-delightful Samantha. Well, we begin this week with a round called Change a Letter, Ruin a Song. As summer approaches, music fans will be attending festivals across the country, yet for the organisers planning their headline act is fraught with difficulty. Even back in the 1970s, picking the right headliner could mean the difference between success and disaster. For example, at a festival in Woolacombe in Devon featuring Paul Weller and Eric Clapton, Paul insisted that Eric's band should headline instead of his, and to great acclaim. And yet the next week in Cornwall, when Cream went on first, followed by The Jam, the crowd rioted. Anyway, teams, in this round, I'd like you to suggest song titles ruined by the change of just a single letter. You could start this, please, Marcus.
I Shat the Sheriff.
Vicki.
Respelt.
I'm Every Vulgan.
Tony.
It started with a piss.
Almost like being in Gove.
Killing me softly with his dong.
Viva Las Vegan.
A day in the wife.
Blame it on the booby.
Last night, a BJ saved my life.
Don't let the nun go down on me.
Well, it's time now for a musical round as I ask the teams to sing one song to the tune of another. Exactly, you'd have to have spent years in the comedy wilderness not to know how this works. So, teams, this is how it works. Try to imagine a song as being like your local fishmongers. The shop itself represents the tune, while the fish it sells are its lyrics. However, while the shop or tune stays the same, the fish or lyrics are often substituted from, say, mackerel to a nice lemon sole, depending on the day's catch. Of course, it can't be the nicest place to work. Imagine the glazed eyes, the icy cold numb fingers, and the scales all over the place. Which reminds me, at the piano, Colin Sell. Incidentally, during rehearsals, I was listening to Colin, and I have to say, he reminded me of Prince. He's my neighbour's Alsatian, and he can't play the piano either. Okay. Start with you, please, Vicki Pepperdine. I'd like you to sing the words of the message by Grandmaster Flash to the tune of Dream a Little Dream by the Mamas and the Papas.
It's like a jungle sometimes. It makes me wonder how I keep from going under. Broken glass everywhere, people pissing. On the stairs, you know they don't care. Can't take the smell, can't take the noise. Got no money to move out, I guess I got no choice. Rats in the front, a room of roaches in the back. Junkies in the alley with a baseball bat. I tried to get away, ha, 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 ha. But I couldn't get far, 'cause a man with a tow truck repossessed my car. Don't push me, 'cause I'm close to the edge. I'm trying not to lose my head. It's like a jungle, sometimes it makes me wonder how I keep from going under. Ha, 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 ha.
Okay. You now, Henning Wehn, I'd like you to sing the words of Light My Fire by the Doors to the tune of the German Christmas song, O Tannenbaum. Which I understand is the only tune you know.
You know that it would be untrue. You know that I would be a liar if I was to say to you, girl, we couldn't get much higher. Come on, baby, light my fire. No, come on. Hang on. I have to apologize for Colin on that one. He just... It's his first day. Don't be too harsh on him. Come on, baby, light my fire. Come on, baby, light my fire. Try to set the night on fire. The time to hesitate is through. Blühen Glanze dieses Glücks.
Well, it was remarkable to watch you working like that, Henning. I have Okay, your turn now, Marcus Brigstocke. I'd like you to sing the words of Chip.
It's all irrelevant now, Jack, isn't it?
Just try your best, Marcus.
Thank you. Thank
So, Marcus, I'd like you to sing the words of Chippy Tea by local band the Lancashire Hot Pots. Yeah. To the tune of The Power of Love by Jennifer Rush.
Well, it's the end of the working week, and I'm rushing back home quick. I'm starving, I'm fed, clemp thy nose. I could eat a butter bread. I need stodgy food. Without the fuss, then wife gives me a plate of couscous. I said, I'm sorry, love, but I want a chippy tea. Chippy tea, chippy tea. I want a chippy tea. But you keep giving me posh nosh, and it don't agree with me. I don't want lobster thermidor or your raspberry coulis. I'm a working man from Lancashire, and I want a chippy tea. Thanks, love.
Well, you did your best, Marcus, but, you know, not easy following Henning. And finally, Tony Hawks, I'd like you to sing the words of the Pheasant Plucker song to the tune of Sometimes When We Touch.
I'm not a pheasant plucker, I'm a pheasant plucker's son. I'm only plucking pheasants till the pheasant plucker comes. My husband is a keeper, he's a very busy man. I try to understand him and help him all I can. But sometimes of an evening I feel a little trim. All alone I'm plucking pheasants when I'd rather pluck with him. I'm not a pheasant plucker, I'm a pheasant plucker's mate. I'm only plucking pheasants 'cause the pheasant plucker's late.
This next round is called Word for Word, and it's all about words. A study carried out by the University of Lancaster has revealed that Blackburn is one of the last places left in England with a proper northern accent. They say a genuine northern accent involves the rhotic R, which is the hard pronunciation of the letter R at the end of a word. So instead of mother, they say mother. Instead of weather, they say weather, and instead of place where we actually make stuff, they say China. So in this round, each team takes it in turn to exchange a series of words, while the opposing team should challenge if they detect a connection between one of these words. Okay, I'd like you to start exchanging completely unconnected words, Marcus and Henning. Tony and Vicki, it's your job to try to spot a connection. If I uphold the challenge, I'll ask you to take over, and so on. So off you go, please. Marcus and Henning.
Preparation.
Barge.
Diligence.
Horizontal.
Excellence.
Doubt.
Horizontal excellent.
Well, I think we'll agree that we're all at our best when we're horizontal. So we're excellent when we're horizontal. That's when we're at our best.
Well, I'll give you that then. Yes, there was a connection.
You're including people who've died.
I could name a few, yeah.
Yeah.
There's some more singing to come, ladies and gentlemen.
Tony and Vicki, it's over to you.
Eggplant.
Paranoid.
Rose.
Knock.
Roadworks.
Greek.
Glove.
Roadworks in Greek?
Yeah, I mean, I've been to Greece, and they're tremendously efficient people. Whenever they set about doing any roadworks, they're done in lightning speed, and they're famed for it.
Okay, well, I will allow that. I mean, you know.
I mean, Henning would attest. You're German. You pay for it all. They do it very quickly.
So, yes, it's over to you, Marcus and Henning.
Gamble.
Damage.
Vicki has come in
Yeah,
again.
I think if you gamble, it does a lot of damage to your bank balance.
Yes.
Only if you gamble wrong.
Yeah, but if you do gamble, it can do. There's a clear connection there, I think.
But they always say gamble responsibly, and most people listen to that, don't they?
They do. Like when it stops being fun, stop.
Yeah.
Stop.
Which is advice you could give to anything, basically.
Literally.
But yeah, I'm going to give gambling and damage. I think that's. I think that's
Okay.
It sends a good message as well.
Yeah.
So thank you, Vicki.
Oh, a great pleasure.
Over to you, Vicki and Tony.
Standardise.
Tart.
Resembling.
Golf.
Mud.
Golf and mud. Were you picking up on, Henning?
Yeah, if you play in the winter and you play golf, there's definitely lots of mud going around.
Yes, that's true. It's a good challenge, and it just goes to show what an exhilarating game this is. Over to you, Henning and Marcus.
Mildew.
Oh, and that gong is the signal that tells us it's time to turn your radio back up.
When the fun stops, stop.
Well, the next round is called Specialist Greeting Cards. If we think back to our youth, I'm sure we can all remember that awkward moment on opening a birthday card when you feel you have to read what's written inside after the crisp £5 note has tumbled out into your lap. To be honest, I don't think I'd have bothered if I hadn't been guilt-tripped into it by the other people in the sorting office. There's definitely a gap in the UK greetings card market, team, so I'd like you please to suggest niche greetings cards for a specific occasion not currently catered for by greetings cards manufacturers, together with the rhymes or messages inside. Marcus, you can start this.
This is a sympathy card after a multiple bereavement. To lose your mum and dad like that, it really is too sad. Your wife has gone as well, I know. It seems somehow just mad. To lose your brother, sister too, it makes you want to weep. Blackburn have admitted, though, these potholes are too deep.
Congratulations on your best-selling political memoirs. Your book is out and doing well. It's sat at number 2. Good to know that we should blame the deep state and not you. Here's the book that beat you, and I really hope you get this. It's called My Shelf Life's 50 Days by your nemesis, the lettuce.
Henning.
I've got congratulations on having a British baby. So, you've given birth in the good old UK. I'm sure that you'll have no regrets. You should probably start looking for a school place today and buy some cigarettes.
Tony.
On the occasion of a young person using their grand's disabled badge. So you've borrowed a disabled badge. You really are the dregs. Now let me help you earn it by breaking both your legs.
This one's congratulations on hosting your first orgy. The pizzas came from Woking. The girls looked young and tarty. The chaps took all their trousers off for a straightforward shooting party.
This is a congratulations card. I know you've waited 15 days and were beginning to suspect this moment wouldn't ever come. Hello, NHS Direct.
Congratulations on paying for official software. Happy official software day. You're grown up now. Never again will you download stuff from Pirate Bay, connected via VPN. Yeah, that's the end.
On being the first German on I'm Sorry I Haven't a Clue. It's great to have you, Henning, moving in our comic circle. But you're only here because we couldn't get our first choice, Angela Merkel.
The next game is a musical one entitled Songstoppers. Musical freedom is a gift we all too often take for granted in this country. In some parts of the world, many types of music are completely banned. For example, in Afghanistan, following the country's takeover by the Taliban, every musician playing Western songs was expelled, with the sole exception of one lucky 1970s tribute band, Jihadi Wadi. In this round, panellists from each team will take it in turn to sing the opening lines to a series of well-known songs. It's the job of their teammate to answer each opening line in a manner likely to end the song altogether. At the piano, we have Colin Sell. Yes. Incidentally, Colin was telling us that during the 70s, he toured with the Skids. But that's what comes from living off service station pies. You can go first, please. Marcus and Henning, can we have your medley of first lines now, please?
Well, let's hope Colin can play this one. Oh, baby, do you know what that's worth?
Well, it has a crack. You've lost the lid and it's meant to be one of a pair, so I'd say about 30 quid to a collector.
Well, bless my soul, what's wrong with me? I'm itching like a man on a fuzzy tree.
It's scabies!
Hallelujah, come on, get happy. Get ready for the judgment day.
The compound is surrounded. Do not drink the Kool-Aid.
Just a small town girl living in a lonely world. She took the midnight train going anywhere.
Unfortunately, it was Blackpool.
Sometimes I feel like throwing my hands up in the air.
Are you a French soldier?
Okay. Your turn now, Tony and Vicki. Can we have your first line medley now, please?
All men come in these places, and the men all look the same. You don't look at their faces, and you don't ask their names.
I see. And how long have you worked in Greggs? People try to put us down.
Well, you signed us up for Dignitas. Clang, clang, clang went the trolley. Ding, ding, ding went the bell.
Yes, that's one of our older ambulances.
The first time
Whenever I saw your face, I thought the sun rose in your eyes.
To be fair, you were quite pissed though, weren't you?
Pardon me, boy, is that the Chattanooga choo-choo?
No, it's the Chattanooga bus replacement service.
I feel the earth move under my feet.
Yes, but think of all the gas we'll have once we frack the hell out of Lancashire. You never close your eyes anymore when I kiss your lips.
That's because I need to check if you're dribbling. When I was young, I'd listen to the radio.
And who would have thought I'm Sorry I Haven't a Clue would still be on now? And they called it puppy love.
No, you did. They called it bestiality.
Well, it's very nearly the end of the show. But there is just time to fit in a quick round of Northwest Film Club. Animal trainer Samantha loves the traditional northern dog and is teaching her current pet to respond to her whistle. When a gentleman dog walker friend popped round the other day and let her whip it out in the park for some vigorous exercise, Samantha was gratified to see how quickly the little fellow came after just one blow. Really? Was that worth the stamp, Prue Leith, was it? Well, in this round, teams, I'd like you please to suggest the titles of films likely to be appreciated by those living in the northwest of England. And you can start this, please, Henning.
Das Boten.
Tony.
Reservoir Clogs.
Vicki.
Paint your Wigan.
Marcus.
Some like it hot pot.
Dial M6 for murder.
Pie Hard.
The Whippets of Eastwick.
Pennine and a Half Weeks.
Chorley and the Chocolate Factory.
Beetlejuice.
The Bamber Bridge Too Far.
Raiders of the Lost Ark, right?
Captain Corelli's Mam's Not In.
And so, ladies and gentlemen, as the intolerable turkey twizzlers of time are cremated by the fickle air fryer of fate, which is promptly confined to this spare room of regret alongside the purposeless peloton of posterity, I notice it's the end of the show. So from the team, Samantha, myself, and our audience here in Blackburn, it's goodbye. Goodbye.
Marcus Brigstocke, Tony Hawks, Vicki Pepperdine and Henning Wehn were being given silly things to do by Jack D, with Colin setting some of them to music. The programme consultants were Fraser Steele and Stephen Dick, and the producer was John Naismith.
We present I'm Sorry I Haven't a Clue, the antidote to panel games. At the piano is Colin and your chairman is Jack D.
Hello and welcome to I'm Sorry I Haven't a Clue. You join us today in the Lancashire town of Blackburn, winner of the prestigious Britain in Bloom Award. Not once, not twice, not 3 times. That's right, not at all. Located at the site where a major Roman road once crossed the River Blackwater, Blackburn has a rich historical heritage. Interested visitors can see many fascinating Roman antiquities at the Blackburn and Ribchester museums, an original spinning jenny in the Helmshaw Mills Textile Museum, and for those with an interest in Victorian antiques, an absolute must is a visit to the Blackburn Rovers trophy room. In 2023, Blackburn Rovers signed their very first player from Iceland. The move has been such a success that the club scouts are now shopping in Aldi and Lidl as well. World-famous opera singer Kathleen Ferrier was brought up on Linwood Road in Blackburn. Famously known as the second most famous woman in the world after the Queen, Ferrier once staged a gala performance of La Bohème in this very theatre. 50 years later, an anniversary performance was held here in her honour, starring none other than Luciano Pavarotti, or, as he was known locally, that thin lad. Boasting a particularly vibrant local music scene, Blackburn is the home of the world's most famous Lancastrian rapper, Chippy T. And other Lancashire towns have inspired some memorable songs, from Burnley, Chippy Chippy Cheep Cheep, from Clitheroe, Ribble Ribble, Your Face is a Mess, and of course from Blackpool, Sign On You Crazy Diamond. Blackburn-born Dr. Alan Carter was the pioneering optometrist who was a leading specialist in the development of spectacle lenses for use by opticians in eye tests. According to his wife, Mary, her husband's research became an obsession which began to affect their marriage. A trial separation proved the final straw, where Mary was bombarded daily with letters from her husband asking, better with or without? Blackburn has links with America due to a mutual interest in the cotton industry, and amazingly, the world's first Western was filmed in Blackburn in 1899. Shot by legendary local filmmakers Mitchell and Kenyon, the film featured cinema's first ever quick-draw gunfight, a brawl in a saloon, and a laconic Lancashire sheriff, Tex Piss. Exhibits at Blackburn's museum and art gallery include a large collection of books, religious icons, and one of the world's rarest coins. Dating from 2009, the coin is thought to be the only pound ever spent by a Yorkshireman. The Holly Tree Fish and Chip Shop in Pinewood sells Blackburn's most famous food, the John Bull. According to the chip shop owner, the John Bull is best enjoyed with a portion of chips and consists of savoury mince cooked in beef fat, sandwiched between 2 potato slices and deep fried in a crispy batter with secret ingredients, which are hopefully statins. Blackburn's oldest man, Alfie Cooper, famously ate 7 John Bulls a week. A proud Blackburnian, Cooper continued with this diet right up to his death, age 53. Let's meet the teams. On my right, please welcome Vicki, Pepperdine and Tony Hawks. And on my left, Marcus Brigstocke and Henning Wehn. And taking his place on the scoring desk next to me, please welcome our resident tree trunk in trunks, the immaculate Sven. Well, we start this week with some new additions to the Uxbridge English Dictionary. Yes, a good dictionary is essential for learning the correct use of similar terms. For example, many people don't know the difference between the words banal and trite. Well, banal means completely devoid of any freshness or originality, whereas trite are what the royal family catch when they go fishing at Balmoral. But the meaning of words are constantly changing, team, so your suggestions, please, of any new definitions you may have spotted recently. Vicki, you can start this.
Chalet. Do you think I should?
Henning.
Flamboyant. A flam, but wearing a life jacket.
Marcus.
Waiting. A byproduct of Jamaican cheese making.
And Tony.
Delude. To have the lavatory removed by the builders.
Bamboozle. A drunk baby deer.
Dandelion. Big cat in a cravat.
Bin man. Sex change.
Plutocracy. Society ruled by an orange dog.
Frog spawn. Photos of Kermit's junk.
Teas made to make fun of the cleaner.
Distrust. Slagged off Liz.
Prank. What Japanese pirates were forced to walk.
Plankton. Village for thick people.
Teacup. A rise in the price of tropical hardwood.
Remember. Stitching the arms and legs back on.
Muttered. Dog poo. Muttered.
Francophile. Whittling away the edges of a Spanish dictator.
Okay, well, the teams are going to do a spot of acting for us now in the round called Sound Charades. This game is all about miming, the theatrical technique of suggesting action, character or emotion without words. Critics of mime say the medium is outdated and irrelevant in today's society. This claim was validated recently when at a strategy meeting of the Association of British Mimes, the chairman was ousted for thinking outside the box. In our version of the game entitled Sound Charades, team members are permitted the use of their voices. Marcus and Henning, you're to start, please, and your title will shortly be displayed to the audience via the laser display screen, while here, for listeners at home, is the mystery voice.
House of the Dragon. House of the Dragon.
Okay. This is a television series, and it's 4 words. Here we go. Do come in.
So, this is the property?
Yes, this is the one that you wanted to view.
And who's the current owner?
Deborah Meaden.
Dragons.
Yeah. Oh, Dragon's Den. Right, yes. So,
Dragons. House of the Dragon.
Yes.
Well, you've got it straight away, but this radio show has to last half an hour, so let's have another. Here's a further title going up on the laser display board for you, Tony and Vicki. And here once more is the mystery voice for listeners at home.
28 days later. 28 days later.
So, film?
Yes.
3 words.
Correct. Oh, hello. I need my roof reslated. I'm told you can help.
That's right, I'm a slater.
Are you a quick slater?
I take exactly 4 weeks.
That's tremendous work. Well done.
Thank you.
Have you got it? No. 28 days later.
Correct.
Okay, final title is being displayed for you, Marcus and Henning, and here once more is the mystery voice for listeners at home.
The Seventh Seal. The Seventh Seal.
Ah, yes. Okay, this is a film you're looking for, and it's 3 words.
That's right. Hello, boys and girls, and welcome to the SeaWorld Blackpool's production of Snow White. I'd like to introduce you to the cast. Here's Snow White herself, played by our star attraction, Maui the dolphin. And let me introduce you to her friends, the dwarfs. This is Happy, Grumpy, Sleepy, Sneezy, Doc, Dopey, and Bashful. Oh dear. Bashful? Oh, shame. Sorry, everyone. I think you can all see what we're missing.
Oh, 3 words. Right.
Oh.
Seals are in it, are they?
Mm-hmm.
Seal.
SeaWorld production of Snow White.
SeaWorld production of Snow
Dwarfs
White.
Played by
Seals.
Yeah. Most of them made a sound, didn't they?
They
One
did.
of them
Bashful didn't.
How many of them made a sound?
About 5.
Right.
Is it 5?
That's right.
5?
It's famously, isn't it? Snow White and about 5 dwarves.
Something to do with seals.
I had never heard of that movie either.
No.
The 5th seal went, oh! The 6th seal went, oh! But the...
7 silent seals.
Right.
Honestly.
The 7th seal.
Is this like a film?
The 7th seal. Yeah.
I just said the 7th seal, but is
Yeah.
that it?
That was it.
We were brilliant.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Well, the next game is called Consumer Competitions. We all love a competition and the chance to win a prize. Just look at the ongoing popularity of the National Lottery. Only last month, following a surprise win at the lottery, one lucky Darwin man was able to purchase his local football team, Blackburn Rovers. Just imagine what he could have bought if he'd got 4 matching numbers. Well, in this game, teams, I shall provide you with the sort of unfinished opening statement that well-known companies and brands send out to people who enjoy entering competitions. And your job is to finish it off, okay? So here's the first statement that I want you to finish off. I park my car with NCP because...
I prefer a roof over my head when I'm dogging. True.
Okay, here's another one for you to have a go at. I have BT broadband in my house because...
I'm practicing for living off-grid.
Okay, what about this one? I buy my electricity from EDF because...
I suffer from low self-esteem and they treat me like the piece of shit I am.
And finally, can you finish this sentence for us, Henning? I choose Lynx body spray because...
Blind women think I'm a teenager.
Okay. Well, it's now time to play the game called Mornington Crescent. First, I notice our postman prostrate under the weight of a letter. It comes from a Mrs. Trellis of North Wales. She writes, Dear eBay, very disappointed with his second-hand telescope. Barely does the job. 2 stars. Yours sincerely, Mrs. Trellis. Well, on with the game, and since we're here in the proud town of Blackburn, we'll be playing the game according to Lancashire rules. And so, obviously, as a trained actor, I will slip effortlessly into the local vernacular. Yes. So, up, teams. Pin back the lugs and catch on to the local protocol. Destinations are applicable, albeit a boon and a for the laterals, but diagonals are regradely in both circumferences. So, there's no point mithering about the Wigan Directive. It's nubber a guideline as laid out by Willie Eckers-like. And if that doesn't promise a lively session of the game, then I'll go to the foot of our stairs. And Marcus, Ayap Cocker, we'll start with thee.
Gosh, Jack, you've really got that, haven't you?
Yeah. It's just something I can do.
Yeah. OK, first move. Well, I'll go northeast. Burnt Oak.
Burnt Oak, yeah, that can be done.
I'm going to say Polton Le Filed.
Polton Le Filed.
Ashton in Makerfield.
Don't know about that, Henning. Diagonals are Reed Gradley in both circumferences, as I did explain. So I can't let you have that, but you can go, and please get on with it, because I'm sweating cobs.
Oh.
Yeah, it's cracking flags in here. What did you say?
Stockwell.
Stockwell. Yeah. Okay, bob on.
So actually, for an inexperienced player, Henning, that's a brilliant move, actually, Stockwell.
It's a very popular game in Germany, Morning Crescent, and we play slightly different rules. We have got no offside.
But it means I can go Garstang.
Wow.
Where did you go, sorry?
Spicy move.
Garstang.
Garstang.
Okay.
Oh, they loved it, the audience.
Ormskirk.
Ormskirk, yeah. Marcus, clever move, yeah.
Which takes me quite obviously to Chiswick.
Chiswick? I think because Marcus's opener was Burnt Oak, you can't go via...
Can't have Chiswick?
No.
Oh.
No, can't do Chiswick.
Damn.
I can take the game back to where I grew up.
I wish you would, but we're going to... But for the moment, it's Vicky's go.
Oh, do I have to? Yes,
You need
okay.
to go
So
again.
I'm just going to go Eccles.
Eccles, yeah, okay.
Well, I will take it to where I grew up. Dagenham.
Dagenham.
Is he allowed that?
He's allowed that. He's, well, actually, let's have a scan. Oh, yeah, no. Shut your pie hole. I'm thinking.
Well, he's opened the door for me to go Skelmersdale.
Yes.
That's a nice move.
Okay.
Got a list of towns here, and it, funnily enough, got my nickname when I was a younger man, Clit Hero.
No, sorry, Clitheroe.
Small misreading there. Clitheroe.
Easily.
I think we all know exactly what you were doing, Marcus.
I think I'm just going to have to go Putney.
Oh, yeah, Gio.
Gure.
Yeah. Have you heard, Jensen? But Putney's all right, yeah, no, you're bob on with Putney, all right, yeah.
Putney Bridge.
Ooh.
I don't believe it. Mornington Crescent.
Yes, it is, yeah. Oh, sorry, just give me a moment to get out of character. I'm back.
Wow.
Well, this next game is called Random Reviews. As all performers know, a good review is worth its weight in gold. On his return to his homeland, Henning earns a little extra working nights for Germany's premier online minicab app and was pleased to receive a glowing 5-star review from one grateful passenger he took to Düsseldorf Airport. Yet another successful trip for Deutschland alles Uber. Apparently, the company is more successful than traditional street taxis because modern Germans feel uneasy about hailing anything. Which is understandable. Well, in this round, I shall present the teams with a selection of genuine internet reviews, and their job is to correctly identify to what the review is referring. Okay, so first one's for you, please, Marcus. What's being reviewed here? Very ordinary by comparison to others, quite small and relatively new.
Rishi Sunak.
It was a TripAdvisor review for Blackburn Cathedral. Vicki, what's being reviewed here? Doesn't even remotely bond.
Timothy Dalton.
The review is a review for Loctite Superglue Power Gel with precise nozzle. Henning, what's being reviewed here? It's been a long while since I had one, and it was nothing like the ones I had as a kid.
A custodial sentence.
In fact, the review was for Lancashire Eccles cakes on Ocado. Tony, what's this being reviewed here? Great if you don't want smelly hands.
The Saudi Arabian criminal justice system.
It was for Earth-rated dog poo bags, guaranteed leak-proof, lavender-scented on Amazon. Marcus, another one for you. What's being reviewed here? The smell of garlic was overpowering.
France.
It's Morrison's The Best Lancashire Hot Pot. What's being reviewed? Vicki, what about this one? What's being reviewed here? OK, does drag a bit.
RuPaul.
The answer was a review for Priest, a love story, Amazon erotica. Henning, what's being reviewed here? Did deflate pretty quickly, which was disappointing.
The Hindenburg.
In fact, the answer was 25 large punch balloons for party bag fillers for kids. Finally, Tony, what's this a review for? I just advise people that the language used is rather graphic, so may trigger some people.
Anne of Green Gables.
It was a review for Priest, a love story on Amazon erotica. OK, well, here's some for any of you to have a go at. Nice fit and fastens well with Velcro.
A Boeing 737 MAX door panel.
It's actually a high-vis vest on Amazon. What about this one? What's this a review for? Not very strong, and a gust of wind can actually open it.
A Boeing 737 MAX door
No, it's a high-vis vest from Amazon. What about this one? What's being reviewed? I have fixed it to the front of my van, and it looks much better than I thought it would.
The back of my van.
It's actually MOT-compliant car registration numbers. What about this? What's this a review for? The Queen arrived safely with a couple of workers, but sadly infertile.
Catherine of Aragon.
It was a live ant starter kit, Queen with eggs and workers on Amazon. What's this a review of? So pleased that I was able to get both my mum and dad in there together.
A small coffin.
In fact, you're not far wrong. It was a scatter tube for human ashes. How about this? What's this a review for? It's abrasive, uncomfortable, and leaves you wondering why you even bothered in the first place.
Preston.
It was actually a review for 10 years to save the West. Lessons from the only Conservative in the room, Liz Truss. What about this one? What's this a review for? Supportive Souls.
A therapy group for fish.
No, it was Crocs Unisex Classic Clogs on Amazon. How about this? What's this a review for? Has served the good folk of Blackburn for generations.
Low expectations.
It's actually Ewood Park Stadium, Blackburn. And finally, what's being reviewed here? Tried straight away and completely got rid of spot.
Oh, I know that. Dog poison.
It's actually a review for something called Dots for Spots, pimple patches. Well, it's very nearly the end of the show. Yes, but there is just time to fit in a quick round of dentist or bedroom. In Lytham St Anne's, Britain's longest-serving dentist recently celebrated his 60th year in practice. In his honour, the Princess Royal unveiled a plaque, which was later removed by the hygienist for £200. So in this round, I'd like you teams to come up with examples of phrases that might be overheard both at a dentist's and also in the bedroom. You can start, please, Tony.
You're going to have to open wider than that.
Vicki.
Right, let's get you numbed up.
Henning.
I didn't feel a thing.
Marcus.
I'm afraid both of these holes are going to need filling.
I hope you're not planning to put that in my mouth.
Had you thought about bleaching? Because some of these areas are very discoloured.
Oh, just pull the damn thing out.
This was a lot cheaper in Turkey.
Which of you kids wants to go first?
And there's a sticker for being brave.
And so, ladies and gentlemen, as the taut tightrope of time is gingerly traversed by the daredevil of destiny until the freak footfall of fate leaves him nursing the throbbing testicles of eternity, I notice it's the end of the show. So from the teams, Sven, myself, and our audience here in Blackburn, it's goodbye. Goodbye.
Marcus Brigstocke, Tony Hawks, Vicki Pepperdine and Henning Wehn were being given silly things to do by Jack D, with Colin setting some of them to music. The programme consultants were Fraser Steele and Stephen Dick, and the producer was John Naismith.
We present I'm Sorry I Haven't a Clue, the antidote to panel games. At the piano is Colin and your chairman is Jack D.
And welcome to I'm Sorry I Haven't a Clue. You join us today on a visit to Edinburgh. Yes, the city known throughout the world as the England of Scotland. Edinburgh's Waverley Station is the main hub for LNER's East Coast train line. I'm pleased to note that the company's super-fast new Azuma trains are now not only quieter, but the journey time from London King's Cross to Aberdeen has been reduced from 10 to just 8 cans. One of Edinburgh's most distinctive sounds is the famous 1 o'clock gun. The 1 o'clock gun sounds daily at 1 p.m. If by chance you should hear the sound of a 12 o'clock gun, it simply means it's midnight and you've strayed into Nidri. Popular with visitors is Arthur's Seat, a hill in Holyrood Park which was formed by a volcanic eruption dating back several 100 million years. A hike up Arthur's Seat provides a stunning view of the city and beyond. However, weather conditions should always be kept in mind as you don't want to find yourself stuck up there. Recently, a group of tourists climbed the hill and the weather turned. They remained stuck up for so long they were made honorary residents of Morningside. Edinburgh's Holyrood is the home of the Scottish Parliament. Officially founded in 1999, the modern Parliament has few of the old traditions found at Westminster. However, tourists hoping for a display of pomp and circumstance should still head to Holyrood in the hope of catching what's already becoming a parliamentary tradition, the ceremonial arresting of the First Minister. Let's meet the teams. on my right, please welcome Pippa Evans and Rory Bremner. And on my left, Milton Jones and Fred Macaulay. And taking her place at the desk next to me to enjoy an evening of scoring, please welcome the ever-delightful Samantha. Well, we begin this week with a round called Change a Letter, Ruin a Band. Choosing a good name for your band can mean the difference between success and failure. And the same goes for tribute bands, which have a strong tradition in Scotland. One only has to think of the Glen Eagles, the Partick Monkeys, Perth Wind and Fire, and, of course, Cranky Goes to Hollywood. Anyway, teams, in this round, I'd like you to suggest the names of bands ruined by the change of just a single letter. You can start this, please, Rory.
Simply Reg.
Pippa.
Public Enema.
Milton.
Alba.
Fred.
This is inspired by one of our first ministers. No, what were they called? Prime ministers, yeah. Thick Lizzie.
Adam and the Anus.
Sadness.
Urethra Franklin.
The Why.
Pariah Carey.
Bare Naked Laddies.
Super Cramp.
Oh, as is.
Average Shite Band.
Well, thanks for ending that on a high. Time for a musical round now, as I ask the teams to sing one song to the tune of another. At the piano, we have Colin Sell. It's not widely known that one of Colin's first professional engagements involved providing piano accompaniment for the Pointer Sisters. One commentator said she'd never seen anything like it in all her years judging at Crufts. Okay. Fred Macaulay, I'd like you to sing the words of Ye Cannae Shove Your Granny Aff a Bus to the tune of Simon and Garfunkel's El Conde Pasa.
Ye cannae shove your granny off a bus. No, ye cannae shove your granny off a bus. No, you can't shove your granny 'cause she's your mammy's mammy. You can't shove your granny off a bus. You can shove your other granny off a bus. Push, push, a bus. You can shove your other granny 'cause she's just your daddy's mammy. Shove your other granny off a bus. Push, push.
Nice. Well done, Fred. Thank you, Fred. Okay, your turn, Rory Bremner. I'd like you to sing the words of Hit Me With Your Rhythm Stick to the tune of Scotland the Brave.
In the deserts of Sudan and the gardens of Japan, from Milan to Yucatan, every woman, every man, hit me with your rhythm stick. Hit me, je t'adore. Ich liebe dich. Hit me, hit me, hit me. Hit me with your rhythm stick. Hit me slowly, hit me quick. Hit me, hit me, hit me in the wilds of Borneo and the vineyards of Bordeaux. Eskimo, Arapaho, move their body to and fro. Hit me with your rhythm stick.
And finally, Pippa Evans. I'd like you to sing the words of Billy Connolly's The Welly Boot song to the tune of My Heart Will Go On from the Titanic.
wellies, they are wonderful. Oh, wellies, they are swell because they keep out the water and they keep in the smell. And when you're sitting in a room, you can always tell when some bugger takes off his wellies. If it wasn't for your wellies, where would you be? You'd be in the hospital or infirmary. 'Cause you would have a dose of the flu or even pleurisy if you didn't have your feet in your wellies.
Don't worry, they can do great things in the edit. Well, this next round is called Word for Word, and it's all about words. The Scots language has many words that might be unfamiliar to our listeners around the UK. For example, there's many a mickle makes a muckle, which means that many small things will make a big thing. Or to put it in more practical terms, enough small party donations of, say, £1 or so will soon add up to a top-of-the-range camper van. Well, in this round, each team takes it in turn to exchange a series of words, while the opposing team should challenge if they detect a connection between any of these words, okay? I shall be adjudicating. I'd like you to start exchanging completely unconnected words, Pippa and Rory, Fred and Milton. It's your job to try and spot a connection. If I uphold your challenge, I'll ask you to take over, and so on. Off you go, please, Pippa and Rory.
Donkey.
Dodecahedron.
Lemon.
Piffle.
Milton, lemon, piffle, you think?
I thought you said piffle.
What did you say?
I said piffle with 2 Fs.
Okay, piffle.
Same to you.
Fred is now challenging Milton.
No.
This is not going well.
All right. I was challenging Rory. I thought lemon piffle is a biscuit.
Is it?
No. Could be, though.
Then I'm afraid I can't accept your challenge.
Oh, no.
But it's back to Pippa and Rory.
Banjo.
Rhododendron.
Chipolata.
Perineum.
Fruity.
Wombat.
Fred, fruity wombat?
Yeah, it's a very specific species of the wombat genus.
Yeah.
Found in Australia, not in a eucalyptus tree, it's found in a lemon tree. Attracted by the biscuits.
Okay. All right, I'll uphold your challenge. I think that sounds feasible. It's over to Fred and Milton.
Pith.
Jug.
Balls.
Pippa, pith jug?
When citrus fruits first came to Scotland, they needed somewhere to put the pith, so you had jugs, pith jugs.
Can you hear? No one believes you, Pippa.
Yeah.
No one.
But I was just
Fred.
a point of order.
Yeah.
Citrus fruit hasn't reached Scotland.
Okay.
Deviation.
We know that. Back to Fred and Milton.
Kelp.
Brainy.
Ransack.
Brainy ransack.
To succeed in this show, you need to do a brainy ransack. So it's a millennial term.
I'm upholding. I'm upholding my brainy ransack, and I'm sure many people out there are having one right at the moment. So back to Pippa and Rory.
Yes.
Coccyx.
Trickle.
Fred, I have a feeling I know where this is going. Coccyx tickle.
Number 39 Blair Street, Edinburgh. There's a massage parlour. Ask for Doreen. Coccyx tickle, 40 quid.
Okay. Well, we have to take your word for that.
Do you get some citrus fruit thrown in?
Not thrown in.
It's back to Fred and Milton.
Ramsack.
Milton has challenged himself.
I always like to do that. Title. I interrupted, didn't I? I interrupted myself.
No, it's okay.
Should we just go back to where it went wrong?
Yeah. Hello, good evening, and welcome to I'm Sorry I Haven't a Clue. And the gong. The gong signifies that we have no better way of ending that than to play in a synthetic gong. Well, it's now time for a round that's all about the world of broadcasting, which seems to announce a new programme commission daily. Ever edgy, Channel 4 have commissioned a brand new panel game show format conceived by a group of broadcasting executives during a conversation in the gents at their Soho Members Club. They're calling it Where's My Line? Now, the people whose job it is to come up with ideas for radio and TV shows can be remarkably lazy with their programme titles, so I'll ask the teams to share examples of programmes where the content has been contrived to suit what someone thought would make a clever title. Rory, you can start.
Hello, this week on Radio 4 we'll be talking about food and encouraging people to throw away one of the most popular herbs used in Mediterranean cookery. That's been our time, just after 9.
Pippa.
Starting soon on BBC One, we go live to the Citizens Advice Bureau to see contestants competing in skimpy underwear emblazoned with images of sea creatures. That's the Bureau's Fish on Thong contest. In half an hour.
Fred. Taking a break from Landscape and Portrait Artist of the Year, Frank Skinner and Stephen Mangan tried to solve a murder where clues have been left on stickers on paintings in the National Gallery. That's Tag Art at 9 o'clock.
Milton.
And now, just before the news on Radio 4, it's time to find out tomorrow's whereabouts of the President of the People's Republic of China in the Xi Ping forecast.
This Sunday on BBC One, a return of the heartwarming drama where a government-employed task force ruthlessly stamp out health professionals specialising in childbirth. That's Cull the Midwife.
Right, strap in. After the broadcasting success of Michael Portillo's great train journeys, Scotland's own Sir Ian Rankin travels from Glasgow to Edinburgh. Firstly, due to a signal failure at Haymarket, he gets a Lothian bus to Edinburgh Park. The train only goes as far as Croy, where his journey is again disrupted and he has to find alternative transport. That's a new series of Rebus.
And now on BBC One, more adventures from the diary of an unusual woman who lives in the 1830s, wears a top hat, but is not all that she seems in Gentleman Jack D.
Tonight on BBC Scotland, the true story of an African explorer who contracted a tropical disease with his mother on an expedition. As they recovered, they regained their appetites, and the programme is named after the telegram they sent to the doctor. That's Livingston 8, Motherwell 2.
Now on ITV4, a rerun of the epic family drama involving an incorrectly reheated lasagna and a series of subsequent toilet trips. That's the Four Shites saga, now on ITV4.
The next game is a musical one entitled Songstoppers. Edinburgh has a long tradition of producing writers adept in creating fantasy works that revolve around magical, highly implausible scenarios. One thinks of J.M. Barrie's improbable world of Neverland in Peter Pan, J.K. Rowling's fantastical blend of myth and magic in the Harry Potter series, and perhaps the most far-fetched of all, the Proclaimers with Sunshine on Leith. Well, in this round, panellists from each team will take it in turn to sing the opening line to a series of well-known songs. It's the job of their teammate to answer each opening line in a manner likely to end the song altogether. At the piano, we have Colin Sell. Colin is often asked how he managed to make such an extraordinary success of the Pussycat Dolls, and his answer may surprise you. Apparently, it was a little bit of catnip just inside the lining. Okay, you can go first, please. Fred and Milton, can we have your medley of first lines now, please?
Well, you don't sound well.
I'm too sexy for my shirt, too sexy for my shirt, so sexy it hurts.
Not the inaugural speech we were expecting, Mr. Swinney.
Turn around, every now and then I get a little bit lonely and you're never coming round. Turn around.
There's something wrong with this sat-nav.
Postman Pat, Postman Pat, Postman Pat and his black and white cat. Early in the morning, just as day is dawning, he picks up all the post bags in his van.
Then Pat and his friends filled the van with explosives and headed off for the headquarters of Fujitsu. Scooby-Dooby-Doo, where are you?
Ah, now, I'm afraid Scooby's gone to live on a farm.
You put your left arm in, your left arm out, in, out, shake it all about.
Yeah, is there another vet we can speak to?
Don't you wish your girlfriend was hot like me?
She is. She's going through the menopause.
Sunday, Monday, happy days. Tuesday, Wednesday, happy days. Thursday, Friday, happy days. Saturday, what a day!
Valium?
Yep.
If you're blue and you don't know where to go to,
I would suggest A&E. This old man, he played one, he played knick-knack on my drum.
Right, and can you point to exactly where on your drum the old man played his knick-knack, sonny?
Love is a burning thing.
I think the technical name is chlamydia.
Okay.
Thank you, Colin.
All right. Well, your turn now, Pippa and Rory. Can we have your first line medley, please?
Why does it always rain on me? Is it because I lied when I was 17?
Oh, come inside, Prime Minister. You're soaked.
Speed, bonny boat, like a bird on the wing, onward the sailors cry. Carry the lad that's born to be king over the sea to sky.
Sorry, pal, ferry's not running today.
When I wake up, well, I know I'm gonna be the man who wakes up next to you.
Well, you'll be lucky I'm the anaesthetist. Load up your guns, bring your friends.
Then we're gonna march peacefully to the Capitol building. Salakatula, menchikapula, bibbidi bobbidi boo.
Oh, are these your three, Mr. Musk? The snow glows white on the mountain tonight, not a footprint to be seen. A kingdom of isolation.
And that's pretty much all there is to say about the frozen planet. They're creepy and they're cookie, mysterious and spooky. They're all together ooky.
You're watching GB News. A sailor went to CCC to see what he could see, but all that he could see
was Southern Waters feces.
Well, it's very nearly the end of the show. But there is just time to fit in a quick round of Scottish Film Club. Samantha was telling us she's just come back from a local whiskey tasting event she attended with some old colleagues from Radio 2. She said she's got a soft spot for Highland cream, but nothing beats a generous mouthful of Johnny Walker. That joke was sent in by a Miss Kirsty Walk. Thank you for that. Well, in this round, teams, I'd like you, please, to suggest the titles of films likely to be appreciated by those living in Scotland. You can start, please. Pippa.
The Man Who Fell to Perth.
Rory.
Dreich Encounter.
Milton.
The Godfather Part Ichthistle.
Fred.
A country with no old men.
Greyfriars Jobby.
Taxi driver. But you know there'll be a boundary charge.
We need to talk about Nicola.
One for the north of Scotland here. Forres Gimp.
Crocodile Dundee United.
Brecon Bad.
Apocalypse New.
This is a Bond double bill. Golden Eye and Octopussy.
Buckfast and Furious.
A Pish Called Wanda.
Priscilla, Queen of the South.
Schindler's Pissed.
And so, ladies and gentlemen, as the tenacious ticket tout of time gambles his fickle finances on shows scheduled to open at the calamitous co-op arena of incompetence, leaving him penniless in perpetuity, I notice it's the end of the show. So from the teams, Samantha, myself, and our audience here in Edinburgh, it's goodbye. Goodbye.
Fred Macaulay, Pippa Evans, Milton Jones and Rory Bremner were being given silly things to do by Jack D, with Colin setting some of them to music. The programme consultants were Fraser Steele and Stephen Dick, and the producer was John Naismith.
We present I'm Sorry I Haven't a Clue, the antidote to panel games. At the piano is Colin and your chairman is Jack D.
Hello and welcome to I'm Sorry I Haven't a Clue. You join us today on a visit to Scotland's historical capital city, Edinburgh. Yes. The world's only fully cobbled gift shop. Edinburgh's Holyrood is the home of the Scottish Parliament. Opened in 2004, the building's postmodern architecture has won it critical acclaim and many respected awards. In 2005, the Parliament was awarded the Stirling Prize for Architecture. In 2006, it was voted Scotland's fourth greatest modern building of all time. And in 2024, the building's elegant First Minister's entrance swept the board at the prestigious Revolving Door Awards. One of Edinburgh's leading attractions is the 1 o'clock gun, which is fired from the Mills Mount battery. The gun was introduced in 1861 and is fired every day except for Sundays, Good Friday and Christmas Day. Sound travels at 340 metres per second, which means it takes about 10 seconds for the sound to reach Leith. The only thing to reach Leith faster is a mobile phone after it's been nicked on Princes Street. In Leith's Bernard Street stands a statue to Scotland's national poet, Rabbie Burns, who genealogists have discovered fathered 12 children to 4 different women. Coincidentally, they also discovered his full name, which is actually Robert Boris de Pfeffel Burns. Edinburgh has 2 successful football teams. Well, one if you include Hibs. You want another one for cover? Okay. Edinburgh has 2 successful football teams. Well, one if you include Hearts. One for Glasgow. Okay. Edinburgh has no successful football teams. Cult film Trainspotting was filmed in Edinburgh in 1996. The violent sex and drugs-filled classic premiered in Edinburgh and went on to pack out cinemas throughout the city, even at the Morningside Odeon, where it was retitled You'll Have Had Your E. Edinburgh Zoo is home to the world's only knighted penguin. Sir Nils Olaf received his knighthood in 2008 in recognition of his work as a mascot for the Norwegian Army. Unfortunately, after a recent investigation into Sir Olaf's pandemic business dealings, there is a call for the penguin to be stripped of his title due to claims that he used his connections to secure a multi-million-pound PPE contract. And talking of things that never get off the ground, let's meet the teams. On my right, please welcome Pippa Evans and Rory Bremner. And on my left, Milton Jones and Fred Macaulay. And taking his place on the scoring desk next to me, please welcome our resident tree trunk in trunks, the immaculate Sven. Well, we start this week with some new additions to the Uxbridge English Dictionary. A good dictionary is essential for learning the correct use of similar terms. For example, many don't know the subtle difference between the words Cabernet and Pinot. Well, Cabernet is any of several related grapes grown most notably in the Bordeaux region of France, whereas Pinot is a ferry company famed for paying its staff bugger all. Well, the meaning of words are constantly changing, team. So your suggestions, please, of any new definitions you may have spotted recently. Rory, you can start.
Rotund. Sent back to Fife.
Pippa.
Deduct. Someone's taken away all my mallards.
Milton.
Knotweed. Definitely a weed, despite what it calls itself.
And Fred.
Texting. A Jamaican smartphone.
Islamophobia. The question to the answer, no, lamb is a type of meat, not a phobia.
Hyperbolic. A frenzied testicle.
Ouvre. A French vacuum cleaner.
Metabolic. I just bumped into Piers Morgan.
Percussion. How Scottish upholsterers get paid.
Triceratops. How about wearing Fergie's jumpers?
Sexting. A Jamaican vibrator.
Pubic. A pen you can use at church.
Cemetery, where people from New Zealand are buried.
Weepier. A tiny Scottish jetty.
Ample. Ironically, an incomplete sample.
Toilet duck. Bathroom with low ceiling.
Shite. What the king does when he raises his voice.
Well, the teams are going to do a spot of acting for us now in the round called Sound Charades. This game is all about miming the theatrical technique of suggesting action, character or emotion without words. Scotland's most prominent mime artist was Aberdonian Hamish McPhee, who entered the world of silent theatre when he was told, "It's your round," in a Pittodrie pub. Well, in our version of the game, team members are permitted the use of their mouths. So, Rory and Pippa, you're to start, please, and your title will shortly be displayed to the audience via the laser display screen. And here is the mystery voice for listeners at home.
The girl with the dragon tattoo. The girl with the dragon tattoo.
Well, this is a book and a film, and it's 6 words.
Oh.
Hello, is that the headquarters of the pipes and drums of the 1st Battalion of the Scots Guards?
Aye, it is.
Oh, I'm mounting an alternative military show with pipes and drums for the Edinburgh International Festival and wondered if you would be interested in taking part.
Well, quite possibly, young lady. Do you have a venue in mind?
No, not as such. What I've done is I've created this enormous trolley stage on wheels, and the plan would be for me to pull the stage behind me. With all you guys on there piping away and marching about and doing your thing.
What, you'd literally pull us to wherever the audience might be?
Literally, that is what I will do. Just little me will heave the whole show in front of the expectant crowd.
Impressive. And have you thought of a name for this innovative entertainment?
Yes, I have.
It's very relevant to Edinburgh, isn't it?
Super.
Is it the girl with the dragon tattoo?
Okay, your turn. Fred and Milton, your title is now being exhibited for the audience, while here is the mystery voice for listeners at home.
Lost in translation. Lost in translation.
It's a film, and it is 3 words. Okay? Perdu.
French.
Perduta.
Italian.
Verloren.
German.
Mitloof.
Maltese.
Well, I have no idea.
Is it something to do with languages?
Some French languages. Translation. The translator. Is that, I don't know. Do you know what it is?
Is it lost in translation?
Well, the next game is called Celebrity Animal Smugglers. And these days, many of the most sought-after pets are breeds of dog that have been crossed with poodles. One only has to think of the popularity of the Poogle, Puggle, Labradoodle, or Cockapoo. However, not all crossbreeds have been so successful. The pairing that immediately comes to mind is that between a Newfoundland and a Poodle, the New Poundland. Or that between a Shih Tzu and a Golden Retriever, a shit retriever. In Celebrity Animal Smugglers, Pippa and Rory will be animal smugglers and Fred and Milton will be customs officers whose job it is to discover the smuggled animals. However, Pippa and Rory will be smuggling these animals skillfully concealed in their conversation with one another. Fred and Milton must challenge by making the noise of the animal in question. All understood? Good. Okay. Please start the animal smuggling now, Pippa and Rory.
Okay. Do you want a drink, Rory?
Not if it's one of your special brews, Pippa. Last time you offered me green wine and blue whale.
Milton?
Is it a blue whale?
Very good.
Very good. Yeah.
You must have thought I was bats.
Wow, so quick, Fred. Well done.
I buzzed before I realised I probably can't do a bat noise.
Well, you could do an impression if you want.
Oh, right.
Flap your wings, maybe, or...
I wouldn't eat that, mate. I've just shat in it.
Yeah, I did think you were a bit odd. I like your cardigan, by the way.
Oh, thanks. I knitted it from some old Irish wool found in the wardrobe.
Very good.
No, that's a dachshund.
Yeah. Top of the morning to you.
Yeah.
What colour would you call it? Ginger, tomato, red?
Revolutionary red. Chairman Mao's favourite colour. I hope...
Yes, Milton.
Is it a mouse?
Yeah, you haven't really got on what this is about. Just give us the noise.
Caught in a trap.
I hope you don't mind me saying, but you're looking a little peaky. Knees bothering you again?
Oh, I'll buzz in for God's sake. Yeah. I've done the noise as well.
Yes, sometimes the pain makes me scream. Last night it was a high C.
My highest note's a high E natural.
Yes, Milton.
I think I understand it now. You just make the noise, don't you?
Yeah, just make the noise. Yeah. Yeah.
Oh, it's a hyena, isn't it?
Yeah, it was a hyena.
Hang on, is that a hyena eating a monkey?
They're very similar.
The hyena, of course, the impressionist of the animal world.
Okay.
By the way, I saw you sunbathing in the bath. Hello, I said.
I wouldn't buzz. no idea what kind of noise a buffalo makes.
Milton.
I'm the only one left.
Now we know why Animal Magic was taken off air.
It says it's your turn now, Fred and Milton. Not that you deserve a turn. Fred and Milton exchange snippets of conversation in which is concealed the names of celebrities.
Ah, right.
Pippa and Rory should challenge the noise of each celebrity they identify. Okay.
What, with an impression?
With it, yeah, that would be great, an impression. If, you don't have to, Rory, but if you could, please, Pippa. Okay, so off you go, please.
All right. I need to get my luggage to Janet. Street porter, can you give me a hand?
Yeah, go on.
Finally, an impression I can get my teeth into.
Hello, I spotted you on the plane.
Yeah, were you having the in-flight meal?
Yes, I had the vegan open sandwich. How about you?
Oh, liver.
Your Coleman's mustard. On that, I presume.
Sorry. Yes. No, I can do this one. Was it? Series 2, Crown, royalty. A skill I didn't know I had.
You weren't tempted by the chicken?
Chicken? That scrawny thing. It looked more like a shorn canary.
Well, that's slightly more obvious. Sean Connery.
I notice you're not wearing socks.
No, I don't like to cover up unduly. Ankle hairy, that's my motto.
You didn't think you'd slip that one in without me noticing, did you?
May I say, that's a very fine diamond tie-pin you're wearing.
Thank you. It's a gem I call instant glamour. Luckily.
Gemma Collins, isn't it? Oh, yeah, something like, otherwise I say it as I see it. Would you like to buy one of my caftans?
I'm afraid it was Princess Anne.
So, yeah, is home far for you?
Quite a long drive. Luckily, I've got a 60 miles per gallon car.
Just as well.
I know what that is. It's Alan Cowrie, sounds like a Camp Dalek, isn't it? That's the one. I knew it was in there somewhere.
I think we should have gone first.
Yeah, probably.
Don't worry, you won't go at all. Well, it's now time to play kitchen or bedroom. Mainstay of the traditional Scottish kitchen is, of course, the haggis, whose ingredients are generally agreed to include the liver, heart, tongue, and lungs of a sheep, which are spiced, then minced and mixed with suet, blood, and oatmeal before being boiled while encased in the animal's stomach. However, the exact recipe is a closely guarded secret under the Public Health Act of 1947. Well, in this round, teams, I'd like you to come up with some phrases that might be suitable to use in both the kitchen and the bedroom. Rory, you can start.
You'll know it's ready when it stands up on its own.
Milton.
Shall we start with nibbles and see how it goes?
Pippa.
Anyone want to lick these before I wash them?
Fred. Let me show you around. That's Siemens, that's Smeg, and that's a hot point!
Hello, here comes the custard!
I'm trying to eat 5 a day.
So you don't want to put basil in. Dill do?
For goodness sake, masticate or you'll choke.
I think it's pronounced cumin.
I got that off Nigella Lawson.
Well, this next round is all about the sayings your old Scottish granny used to say. There's a timeless Scottish song entitled Ye Cannae Shove Your Granny Aff a Bus. And this cheery tale of geriatric matricide has been entertaining Scottish children for nigh on 50 years. Well, all except Mr. and Mrs. Nielsen's little boy, Dennis, who found it all a bit creepy. Well, teams, in this round, I'll read out the first part of some genuine Scottish sayings or proverbs, and your job is to correctly finish them off, please. So, Rory, I'd like you to finish off this Scottish saying. Eagles flee a lane, but sheep...
plummet.
It's actually, it finishes, eagles flee a lane, but sheep herd together. Meaning, thank you. Any English in the audience might not have understood that. So I'll translate. It says, it means individualists will always stand out from the crowd. Okay, so now we know. Milton, a Scottish saying for you to finish. Don't test the depth of the water with...
a water-soluble ruler.
It's actually, I like this. It's don't test the depth of the water with both feet. Don't commit everything to one venture, obviously. And Fred, how about this one, this Scottish saying? A scabbit sheep will...
soon be haggis.
It's actually a scabbit sheep will smit a hell herself. One evil person can infect the whole. Pippa, can you complete this Scottish saying, please? Shy and timid folk are
notoriously dull.
Are no fully happy. Happiness is not a friend of the shy and timid. Rory, how about this Scottish saying for you to finish? Clean your wallies thrice and...
you'll have a clean wally.
It says, clean your wallies thrice and they stay in twice as lang. So it's clean your teeth 3 times a day and they'll live to bite another day. And, I'd find another dentist if I were you. Milton, how about this Scottish saying? Giving to charity increaseth a man's...
unwanted emails.
It's increaseth a man's store. Give to charity and you will grow in stature. Finally, Fred, how does this one end, this Scottish saying? A reeky house and a gurning wife will...
be waiting for me after the show.
A reeky house and a gurning wife will lead a man a fascist life. A smoky house and a fretful wife will give a man a troublesome life. Yes, I've always thought so. Here's some for any of you to have a go at, right? This one, it's a Scottish saying. Can you finish this one? A fool and his money are...
now in charge of Twitter.
So actually, a fool and his money are soon parted. I didn't know that was particularly Scottish. They've made it look Scottish by spelling soon, S-U-N-E. Here's another one for any of you to have a go at. Your grandpa's like the weather.
Wet and windy.
It's actually, it finishes nay pattern. The Scottish climate is like your grandfather, unpredictable. So who can finish this one, this Scottish saying? The smith's mare and the cobbler's wife are...
a reasonable audience at the Fringe.
Are I worst shod. The blacksmith's horse and the cobbler's wife are the worst shod. And a final Scottish saying for you to finish off. A hairy man's a geary man, but a hairy wife's a...
website. So I've been told.
It's a hairy man's a geary man, but a hairy wife's a witch, which means a hairy man is considered rich, but a hairy wife a witch. Well, it's very nearly the end of the show, but there is just time to fit in a quick round of entomologist songbook. Our own Sven is an amateur entomologist and recently donated a prize beetle from his collection to the Natural History Museum. Last week, he spent a thoroughly enjoyable afternoon in a storeroom watching the gentleman curator carefully mount his magnificent longhorn. Anyway, teams, in this round, I'd like you please to suggest titles of songs likely to prove popular with insect enthusiasts. You can start this, Milton.
Can you feel the love termite?
Yeah. Rory.
I get a tick out of you.
Pippa.
Head, shoulders, mosquitoes, mosquitoes.
Fred.
Like a midge over troubled water.
Night fever, night fever.
I believe I'm a fly.
I believe in miracles since you came along, you tetsy thing.
Gimme, gimme, gimme a man after midge bite.
I'm hornet, 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 hornet.
On the first day of chrysalis.
Lice, lice, baby. Do, 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 do.
Weevil, weevil, rock you.
I've been to pair of lice, but I've never been to flea.
Knits in white satin.
Once in royal aphid city.
And so, ladies and gentlemen, as the tepid tango tin of time is spilled down the trousers of eternity and the salt and sauce of serenity is added to the portioned place of posterity, I notice it's the end of the show. So from the teams, Sven, myself, and our audience here in Edinburgh, it's goodbye. Goodbye.
Fred Macaulay, Pippa Evans, Milton Jones and Rory Bremner have been given silly things to do by Jack D, with Colin setting some of them to music. The programme consultants were Fraser Steele and Stephen Dick, and the producer was John Naismith.